Hello, welcome. Wow, do you all feel this energy? I just popped out of the shower and wanted to just jump on live really quick and share some of the information, messages, and divine feeling states. I wanted to share that with all of you. There has been so much going on with the cosmic galactic skies and this alignment with this new year. And as many of you know, um, I utilize the ancient timekeeping knowledge and wisdom of the ancient peoples who more modernly were called the Maya people. I mean, they're still the Maya people who continue to live in different regions of the world. And so, this, what is referred to as a calendar, which is more the galactic harmonics of the earth that we can use for our development and for divination, has been very interesting lately to see some alignment. So this is the system that I use. I've moved away from utilizing the Gregorian calendar to plan my life, plan my day, host sacred ceremony for some years now. And the new earth is here. So I want to talk about that. I just want to dive into that conversation with all of you to just see how you're feeling and flowing. How have things been for you? There's a really huge message that's coming through right now from Mother Earth, from Mother Gaia around our transition and some things that we can be in consideration of. So I call in the four directions, the four cardinal points, the four elements. I ask for permission of Mother Earth to allow us to connect to all of the different elementals that might be available for our conversation today. So the new earth is officially upon us. For some years now, I've been chatting with all of you about the new earth, the bridge that we are walking, the paradigm shifts that we must move through, and my own journey in receiving these pieces of wisdom and then integrating them in the way in which I am sharing this message with all of you, as well as holding space for others and really having a deeper understanding of what's going on. So this new earth, that literally the new moon has opened up a physically tangible portal that we are feeling. This portal, of course, has been available from the moment that Mother Gaia said yes to her process of upgrading. And this happened during the end of the last Tum Baktun cycle, and that is the Maya calendar system, the larger 5,000 year cycle. And in 2012, she said, yes, I agree and consent to this upgrade. And so since that time, we all, including Mother Earth, have been going through this transition of her upgrading. And as a result, we are all experiencing what has been prophesized, and it's been called many things. We are in that great shift. We are officially, the new moon has officially opened up the physical realm of the new earth. And as I just said, since 2012, Mother Earth has been going through a lot of changes, and those changes have been felt in the other life forms, including ours, in different ways. But this new moon literally is the portal opening for the new earth. So, are you feeling it, y'all? Are you feeling this energy? It is quite magnificent. It's extremely potent. I have been experiencing a lot of heart activation, um, a lot of feeling like my heart's just gonna explode or something. Hard to breathe. Yes, exactly. We are officially. And so to piggyback on that comment around the age of Aquarius energy, this again, I don't utilize the Gregorian calendar anymore. Following this galactic harmonic cycle shared to us by the ancient people, most modernly referred to as the Maya, this is my incarnation, this wisdom that has allowed me to feel into the universe in a deeper, more profound way, is helping to give a lot of explanation as to what we're going through. And so, interestingly enough, this new year is very aligned with some energies that are propelling us into the new earth. And so, this new year, literally, we're feeling the new earth this month. So, a couple of things that are happening. We know that yesterday was a new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is all about systems. The planet of Pluto, that is all about death and rebirth and reincarnation and that transmutative process and the shadow side of energy. That process is so necessary for the cycling of the new, has been has been influenced by that Capricornian energy. And so on the 20th of January, we are going to the Pluto energy is going to move into the Aquarian energy, which is then going to prompt large scale completion, death, dissolving of large systems and structures. And so it's really important because this past process of rebirth, I've been speaking on this since 2020 because the portal was very strong for me to feel at that time. We have been given the opportunity to explore ourselves, to explore the things that are important to us, to explore who we are, what is our truth, who do we give our authority to, who do we, what are the values that we hold as part of our perspective of reality. And so the truth of the matter is, the idea of reality is so multi-layered and dynamic because reality is, there's like so many versions of reality. If you were to walk down the street and there would be 100 other people, that would be 100 other versions of reality represented in that space. So comprehend that in the larger realms. And this new earth is so important for us to really, so we've been given this time for rebirth. And again, in 2020, part of the messages I received were these 5 paradigm shifts that we'd be going through. The first one, most important, had to do with us assessing how we value and view ourselves. Do we evaluate? Do we compare ourselves? Or instead, are we viewing and feeling ourselves through the lens of love, which is the most accurate language and frequency of vibration and life that we can look to for wisdom and guidance? And the matrix and the way in which it has been structured to separate, to oppress, to confuse, to diminish, to dissolve traditional practices that allowed us to be very strong and to be very to be able to evolve in the way that we have so much. is for us to begin to explore this. Are we looking at life through the lens of evaluation, which thus then affects how we view ourselves? So, the first paradigm shift has everything to do with moving away from comparative judgment informed perspectives of reality, including how we look at others and self esteem, and lean it towards the truth vibration of life, which is love and embodying self love. So, the first part of that has to do with us and the work that we're doing, the work that we're exploring for ourselves, and moving away from external systems to inform how and who we are and bring that power back to us so that we are literally viewing and perceiving ourselves with more accuracy, which then involves all the other aspects that we think of when we think of love, right? Like compassion. So, self compassion, looking at our life, reflecting on our life from a self compassionate lens, literally supports us in viewing and locating the lessons, giving ourselves time to grieve, to process whatever it is that we're moving through. That was the very first paradigm shift. And that started happening very powerfully for us, again, around that 2012 year, and really getting amplified during the 2020 season. In consideration of the other paradigms, we have this consideration for us to not only move away from comparative constructs of the self and reality, it was asking us to begin to explore the notion and experience of polarity and duality in this universe, and to move away from the distorted perspective or perception of polarity, duality, which is an inherent truth of this universe and this earth plane, because Mother Earth are both polar magnets. So we're going to experience polarity in this universe on Earth. And to move away from the delusions that it means separateness or being separate from, which is part of the colonial wounds. The wound of separation is a colonial manifestation. So that's why, as we distinguish between the polarities of body and mind, masculine and feminine, light and dark, we are also being asked to rebirth and to decolonize. And so the process of self-awareness through the language of love, or through the reflective lens of love, self-love, allows us creatively to reflect and to explore the dynamic nuances of our time-space reality here as a human on Earth, and lets us shift those paradigms that are so important for us to move into New Earth, which is connecting the body and the mind, noticing and valuing their unique qualities that they bring to the table, the body and the mind, merging them so that we become the body mind, rebirthing that energy from the heart space, from the love vibration, rebirthing love. Because New Earth is all about a rebirth version of love. It is the wave of love on this planet. It's a new wave of love. That's what New Earth is in a nutshell. And these paradigm shifts that include decolonization and rebirth have been what we've been asked to do these past years. And literally, mid last year to the end of the year was like the last residuals of like the retrograde energy and all the things that we were needing to like go back to and revisit, to now be birthing ourselves into this energy. And yesterday's new moon was that potent potential energy, as the energy of Capricorn had its last like introspective opportunity to bring forth its wisdom. We're now moving and shifting from that new earth energy. And after a new moon, This is what's so beautiful about allowing yourself. If the Maya galactic harmonic calendar system that I speak on doesn't resonate with you, allowing yourself to connect back to the moon and the cycles of the moon allows you to get more in touch with nature, more in tune with nature, and more than anything, that is the most important component to us reharmonizing with Mother Earth and allowing us to move through this upgrade together with more ease. So, as we consider all these paradigm shifts, these 5 paradigm shifts, and if you want to know more and go more in depth with that, I have a New Earth, New Love YouTube series on my Self Love Creatives channel. I would love for you to listen in, share your thoughts and experiences. I recorded those back in 2020 when I was receiving all of these divine insights about the new earth and how it was going to be birthing itself. And again, these 5 paradigm shifts are so important for us to connect with. So we're in this we've been in that rebirth, and some of us are going to be here rebirthing for some more months. But we are in this rebirth. We literally are birthing ourselves right now. So I want to give a reminder to be gentle with yourself, but also take advantage of this Mars energy and the upcoming shift from Pluto, or the upcoming shift of Pluto from Capricorn into the Aquarian energy, and allow yourself to get clear about the things that you want. Moving away from what you don't want, which is a reminder for us to move away from the things that the past is informing us are. We are moving into the new, like not just a new chapter, a completely new book. We are moving into a whole new version of Earth and us. So what things have you been releasing and taking intentional time to become self-aware of that you're ready to move forward from, and reiterate for yourself the things that you want that are in alignment with the heart-centered life, meaning all the things that the heart experiences, both its bliss, joy, and also grieving and sadness. All the heart-centered living realities is the timeline that we're moving into. So as you spend time in this moving from the new moon now into the full moon again, now we're building energy up. Take some time to journal, intentionally reflect about the actionable steps that you can take that will align yourself more with the new you want to birth. You are still in that like baby, like you're just birthing yourself. You are so new still. The codes of what your soul is intended to do here, it's in you, within you. It is not going to come from an outside source. Spend time with yourself, meditating, breathing in nature to allow more truths to come through to your being. And sometimes we have to get really honest with ourselves in an ugly way, meaning like we have to see ourselves and the sides of ourselves where we've been self-sabotaging, where we've been judging, where we've been analyzing, where we've been way using the mind to an unbalanced capacity where it's just out of control and it's just like taking over our life. Coming back to a place of what is true. And I want to share with you some wisdoms that I've been given around what is true about the new earth. As I said, the new earth is a wave of love. So, what's a wave? What is a wave? A wave has both its ebbs and flow, right? It's moving and it is of the water wisdom. So, the new earth is everything to do with the water wisdom. So I invite you to really connect to the wisdom of the water. We are moving out of today a 13-day cycle, which included the energy of the new year, the new Gregorian year, that Allah has been allowing us to connect to the wisdom of Gech, which is the wisdom of the forest, of the deer, and all of the plant kingdom. The plant kingdom is of the oldest life forms on this planet. It has a lot of wisdom to share. And as a elder of the sacred trees, I'm here to share with you that being in nature will allow you a lot of wisdom. Today, on this day of Kawak, we can connect to the collective consciousness that the trees' wisdom can share with us. And through breath and meditation, we can also connect to. We are part of a greater whole. Just like the wave is part of the ocean, it's not separate from. It is a manifestation of the whole, as we are a fractal of the whole. So the moving forward in 2024 is all about us connecting to the abundance of the wisdom and the encodings of the water, which we are water. We're primarily water as humans, and most all life, including the plants. So when you connect to what you want, let yourself be abundant, because we are abundant. This is a year of our abundance. New Earth is all about abundance. It's not about deficit, because that is a fear based on an inequitable expression of reality lived through the matrix. We are waking up to our truth. We are seeing that we are a sovereign nation walking because we have life. We have a divine right to life, liberty, and freedom to do and experience anything we want in every corner of the globe. Borders are an illusion. It's a delusion. The idea of systems that keep people oppressed and suppressed are not systems that we need. We don't need them. So part of us moving forward in the new earth is us agreeing as a collective what is truth. We have to first start with ourself, the reflections of the self that we can receive when we connect, and then allowing ourselves to sit in commune with others in community so that we can start planning, reflecting, building together. The first step, at least at this stage of this process, is for us to get really clear about what that is for you. What does your soul urge to do? If you can take away the matrix constructs of needing to use your time for money, what would you be doing with your time? How does that contribute to the whole? We cannot live in isolation. Even if you are a lone wolf, you're still a part of a pact at some point. And I share that because sometimes I can be a bit of a lone wolf with a lot of the wisdoms that I carry and hold, and how sensitive I am to energies. But it is time for us to really get honest with ourselves. What are the fears that we're holding that have been holding us back? It's time for us to be in our big version of ourselves, the truest version of ourselves. Let us move into the biggest version of the light that we carry, doing it from the heart space, quieting the mind, allowing the feminine to lead, knowing that the heart space is the portal to the universe. And the body is the temple, that which is the feminine's wisdom, where we get the waters and the intuition. And the brain, while it's also water, so it carries information, is here to serve the feminine and to be a source of inspiration and protection for the feminine to birth. What parts of your feminine want to create? How does your masculine been serving your feminine? And if it hasn't, how can you commit that part of you to serve the feminine that wants to create the new earth right now. And I invite you to take some time to reflect about that. Take some time to make a list of all the things, the goals that you want for yourself, but connect it to your soul and the voice that it wants to speak. Don't get too much in the mind. Again, love in the body, love in the mind. That's one of the paradigm shifts of New Earth. We got to love the mind and all it offers us. I'm a Gemini sun. I'm also an emotion energy in the Maya calendar system. Both represent the mind. And so I'm a very airy person. And so I get it. But the mind doesn't have all the information. It has limitations physically and energetically. The heart space has no limitation because it is the portal of the love frequency, and that is earth. That is earth's wisdom. It is her gift to us that we get to live and love in this time space dimension of earth, because she is Pachamama. She is here to nourish us, and she's here to care for us. So New Earth is here, y'all. Let's get excited about it. Let's take the time, if we need, to grieve those final things about what we are releasing, knowing it all had a place, but it is the time now. It's kind of like the Aries energy is here early. The time is now for us to actually start like planting the seeds, doing the things with very clear focus. And tomorrow we have a new trecena, and this is where I'll end this message for today. Tomorrow we have a new trecena that takes us through that 20th day mark, or the 20th of January day where Pluto moves into Aquarian energy. We have a 13-day cycle which begins with the energy of Ahbu. And Ahbu is considered like the blowgun. It's the energy of like the direct focus of the sun. It's very like a direct energy. It's also represented by the flower and some other things in the Maya tradition and their wisdom. But Ahbu energy is a very strong leader energy, because the energy of Ah, which I carry that wisdom, is very much about the strength of the life force energy, that which we receive from the trees and the plants, specifically the life force energy. And this Ahbu energy gives us direct access for 13 days to target the things that we want to manifest into the physical realm. Because the new earth is here, y'all. The new earth is here. Earth is the physical, tangible elements of life. So I invite you tomorrow, over the next 13 days, to really get clear about those things and start making a list and taking small actionable steps that allow you to directly focus those things that you most desire. So the 13 days start tomorrow, January 13th, and it goes for 13 days. So that would be through the 24th of January, if my math was correct. So it begins January 13th all the way through the January 24th date for those that utilize that Gregorian calendar. And that will allow you to spend some quality time with doing that. And also we're going to be, again, we're moving into a full moon, and I believe a full moon is around that time. That I believe it's on the 25th or something of that regard. And so we have that building up energy that's also going to be gifted to us by the moon. So this is going to be a really potent time for you to like use that energy to start planning for your year ahead, for this new rebirth, for the new earth. And so I invite you to spend time specifically with connecting to the water wisdom, connect to that intuitive wisdom that you have. Ask yourself, what role are you going to play in the new earth? What role are you intended to play in the new earth? And what ways are you ready to be committed to start taking action? And I want to invite anyone and everyone who is new to my work. I'm going to be hosting a new conscious business course. It's rebranded and now going to be called Building a Conscious Commerce Community, formerly known as Building My Sacred Business course. That's going to be running here soon, as well as my compassionate communication that I'm offering for free through the end of this month. So if you want to join, just send me a DM, send me a message, an email. I'm happy to enroll you in that self-paced course. And stay tuned for some new courses with the Lovely Me Academy. And if you're interested in raising your consciousness, connecting more with that inner voice, if you need support, you want to sit in sacred ceremony, I would love to do that for you. Take a peek at my offerings at Awaken Psychedelic Community. That's my newest offering, utilizing the plant kingdom and those entheogenic medicines, psychedelic medicines, to help us connect to that truth that we hold within. And of course, all the other offerings are always welcome to connect with me on more deeply. And in this new year, I'm going to be start really sharing more about that sacred commerce space with my New Earth Collectives community. You can follow me or find me on the web for more information. Send you so much love, so much activation. I would love to hear your experiences and journeys. Do send me a message and let's connect and commune more in this new year together. The time is now to build New Earth. I hope you have a beautiful evening and I will see you soon.